Hi everyone, ho ho ho, as they say in Scotland. Anyway, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Just again, we're at the end of the month for the monthly draw. So talk a wee bit about it first, but I want to sort of talk about the whole of the year. Just to get an idea, I've got a list here. Just to remind me, because I'm getting old, you see. Basically, best videos for the year, the fly fishing videos, easily the best. Basically the 40,000, 30,000, 20,000 or so. So those videos did extremely well. So I mean, obviously I'm planning next year to do a lot more. And I've got the cameras, I've got the GoPro and the thing that goes round about it, and plug in this and plug in that. So we're all set up, ready to go, hopefully. Hopefully we'll not have any issues this time, especially with the overheating. Just like being in this hat. Oh, it's hot, as they say. But anyway, a lot of the things we did over the year was obviously the fly fishing, the tying tips, and I want to continue doing that. So, like, we've got a number of views for the season, or for the year, 3.6 million, which is above, way more than last year. We're up to 110,000 subscribers again. It's working really well, so I can't thank you all enough for subscribing. It does show that the channel's working properly and doing well. Now, on average, I would probably do about 70 videos in a year, maybe a couple a month or so, or 2 or 3. This year I've actually done 178, so I've done a lot more. Obviously it helps with the views, that's why everything's much better. But I'll continue doing that. We'll keep working away. And obviously, I'm going to ask you for any ideas. I mean, any tips, any ideas that you feel I should be able to do or make things a wee bit better. Now, I'm an amateur. I'm not a professional. I just go with the flow and see what happens. And sometimes that's the best thing to do. Being too professional is doesn't look right. Better to come across as a natural than anything. So anyway, there we are. So this year's been extremely good. We've only got a few hours left to go, and we'll be into 2023, getting geared up, tying our flies. Obviously, I'll be tying a few. Again, obviously, any ideas, just let me know. I mean, I've got a list. I mean, I can't promise to tie every single fly, but what normally happens is I usually I'm tying a fly, and in the back of my mind, I remember there's a pattern that I have to tie, or a style or a method has to be used, just like the last one I did, where did the throat, and using the side feathers, or the inside part of the quill for the wing. That was the thing about it. But anyway, there we are. Now I'm going to flip over to the other camera, and what we're going to do, a wee quick look through the boxes. Now I know we've seen some of the boxes before. This is obviously for the main draw. You get a choice of a box of flies. Now there's 6 this month. The extra one, the one I just finished, is this one here. Hopefully you can see it okay. I'll hold it. The reason the vise is there is not to show the vise off, it's where the camera is actually focused to. So it gives me an idea of where you are. And this is the box I did here, and it's got a lot of the grayling type bugs that I have. I like to use personally, right through pheasant tails, the bug. The soap bug was a question. All these had questions or in that somewhere in it that you've asked me a question about a fly, and I've actually tied it. So that's how it works, and that's the way I want to continue doing that. And obviously putting the box together. So that's a box, one of the boxes you could have a choice from. Now I haven't got a number, usually I write a number on the back, but I think there's 88 in that box. So that's one of the boxes, the latest one. We've got another river box here. This is basically got the wet flies, soft hackles, some winged and spiders as we would call them. Another lovely set of flies. Obviously the river patterns, but I mean these can come over to the lochs as well. I've got many a fish on river patterns in the lochs, and that's how I went. I went mainly from rivers to lochs, and so again that's another nice set of flies, and no number in the back, but that box holds 88 flies, so it's the same. And these are silicone boxes, they're really good. Now I've got another one here. This one I will have in the back. I've got actually 79 in here. I wonder why. But anyway, it's a good selection of emergers. We've got here shuttlecocks, a few different ones. We've got what I call all-rounders or half-hogs. We've got there's 2 or 3 patterns. Midas at the bottom, which is a great, these are very good loch patterns, but they could easily fish in the rivers as well. You could certainly fish some of these. I'd be happy to fish them. Now that's another nice box of flies. There's another one here for the lochs, and this is the Palmer box. Now on this one there's 74, it's different, it's the same similar style box. This is the one for Snowbee, it holds slightly less, but this has got all the Palmers, it's got the hedgehogs, different colours, the Babille version and so on. We've got some small dabblers there, small mayflies, traditional flies, green peter, some small mayfly patterns. It's like a miniature, I would say a mix between the Scottish patterns, Irish flies. Nice wee pattern, but a lovely box that. I'd be happy to fish that any time. And again, you could fish them both on the rivers and the lochs. Now, we've got a dry fly box here. Now, this is the ones that's been very popular. One of the most popular videos on YouTube this year has been the Dynamite Harry patterns. I was tying and fishing, which is obviously saw in the video. So obviously I've done a good selection of the patterns I was actually fishing, and I need to tie some for myself, but this is a nice selection. They go right down to, I think they go down to a 20. Some grey dusters, Latin greys, some couple of sedge patterns, yellow maize, olive duns, even a large spent, tied in that style. So a good box there. I'm not sure how many is in there, but there's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 compartments here, at least 6 in each. So anyway, that's another, as I say, a good box. Now, I've got a salmon fly box. Now this has got 36 flies in it. It's just a selection of shrimp patterns. These are mainly tied in the what do you call it, the flamethrower style. We've got obviously the singles at the base here down this row, and then we've got the doubles in different sizes. It's a lovely wee box, great box. So, and you could fish probably anywhere with them. So as I say, there's a good selection in there, doubles and singles, and 36 in that. So that's the boxes. Now you have a choice from that. So the number I'm going to be drawing for that is for the box of flies. So whoever's number comes up, we'll do a draw. We'll draw. Right, do that just now. Now, unfortunately, this is the app I use here. This is the Apple app. Since we got the new update, Apple updated the software or the hardware or whatever it is. It hasn't worked, meaning the voice. It works properly, it works fine, it's just I don't have the voice. So you've got mine. So anyway, we're going to generate a number for this. And I say this is for the choice of the 6 boxes here. So the number is number 196. So 196. So well done, 196. Now, just to give you an idea, I will be in contact with basically an email. I'll do it tonight. So you'll get an email if your number comes up tonight. I will email you, and you basically get in touch with me, and I'll get your address and hopefully get it sent away. Now there is an issue with there's ongoing strikes, and I know that the last month's draw, it taken a few weeks actually. Some may not even have them yet, and I sent them on the 2nd, so that will give you an idea how long it's taken. So anyway, you'll get them eventually. We'll make sure everything sorts out and works out fine. But with obviously be New Year, it'll be probably Tuesday, Wednesday before I get them away. So anyway, that'll let you know. Now, next on the list here, we're going to basically, I've got a reel, but I'm going to do the reel last. I've got a reel here with a couple of flies and put in with it. So this will be, I'll leave that to last. I feel it just gives everybody a chance though to have a good prize at the beginning and one at the end as well. So anyway, we're going to go through all the flies. Now what these are, there's 15 now. I've obviously tied extra, just so you can have a cast, as well as the one that I actually filmed. So these is just a sign card. It's just a nice wee thing to have. But you can basically, you can either fish them or you can do what you like with them. So anyway, it's a good way of giving you something back. So anyway, we're going to do a draw of these. This here is the Hendrickson Nymph. It's a nice pattern. It's lovely. So again, it was these, all these have got a question in them that people have asked me, and hopefully I've answered that by tying the fly. So we'll draw a number for these, and the number is 322. So number 322 for the Hendrickson Nymphs. Now we're going to some dry flies. Now this was a question about the snowshoe rabbit. There is the one I tied obviously, and then I was messing around that. Normally you would tie a wolf pattern using the fur from the calf, the body fur, and basically I had run out and I was using the tail. Tail's it's okay, it's not as good as the what do you call it, the body fur. But I tie some extra anyway so you can have a cast. You can try both. You've got the snowshoe and then you've got the calf. So you can have them a go. So we'll draw a number for them. And the number is 279. Now this was an extra pattern. There was a fly that I tied. It was a drake. It's called the mustard green drake. But I did a variant, and this was a variant I tied. I called this the Corb Mayfly. A good pattern for the mayfly coming off in this style. So I did 3 extra, so I did 3 in that colour combination. So we'll do a number for them. And the number is 157. So number 157. Now these are a grizzle cat. There's 5 obviously in there. It's just basically when I was a fishery manager, the question I got asked was what was one of the most popular lures, and this was probably one of the top ones, was the redhead or the beadhead grizzle cat, where you can have a chartreuse or the hothead, like in this case, this nice bright bead. So there's 5 there. There's the one obviously I filmed and some extra for you to have a cast with. So we'll do a number for them. Number 31 for those. Now another question I got asked is, I do tie a lot of nymphs using copper wire, especially the Sawyer's pheasant tail, and I was asked, could you tie a copper john using the copper wire? And I like a challenge, and it was a challenge to be honest with you a wee bit, but we tied it okay, filmed it, and everybody seemed to like it. So these are this was all the ones I tied, so obviously the one I filmed as well as some extras while I was just trying to see what was the best way to actually tie in the goose bites at the back, and then obviously tie the rest of the fly. So yeah, they're all there. So you got a good cast with them as well. So we'll draw a number for them. And number's 278. Now another question again, this was to do with what flies I like to fish at the trout fishery when I managed it. Now I did work there for 15 years, so I had a few good patterns. And this was a small marabou type, or the beaded or glass bead damsel. And I would tie them in different colours of olive, so you can see there's a golden olive, there's a light olive, and then there's a dark olive. It was a dark olive version that I tied on and done in video. So I just threw them in. So again, you can have a good cast with them, you can keep a hold of them, do what you like. So we'll draw a number for these, and that's 251. Now we're going small now. Again, as I say, the questions are all there. Small midge pattern, midge pupa. This is a river midge. This is a size 20. It's just basically to give impression of the midge that comes off, the winter midge as I call it, or most people call it, that you get hatching in the river. Now the main time I've seen them hatching in our river is in February, so it's certainly worth having. I would put it, if you were fishing 2 or 3 flies, I would put this in the top dropper near the surface. And you'd be surprised probably how well it would catch. So anyway, we'll do a number for these. Number 55. And then this was a request more than anything, this one here. This was from Andrew, and if I remember his first name was Andrew. Asked me if I would tie Sydney's Pearly Dabbler, I keep saying Dabbler, Daddy, and it just seems to roll off the tongue better. But it's a daddy long legs. But it's a very popular fly. I mean a lot of people when I filmed this really, and you can see in the comments how much they enjoyed watching it. And they'll be tying a few up and giving them a cast. Now Sid Knight was a great guy who obviously Sid's no longer with us, but he came up with some really good patterns, and this was one of his top ones. And I say tied by many and fished by many, so we'll do a number for these. And the number is 293. Then we go into an old style fly. This is a gravel bed. This is just a traditional soft tackle wet fly. It's more a river pattern though. Quite happily fish this in the lochs. Nice old style fly. This pattern came out, a book is dated 1840, so it goes right back. And still fishes as much well today as it did back then. So we'll do a number for these, and the number is 143. 143. Again, this is obviously another request, and this was for a sow bug pattern. Now if I remember right, the original fly came, it was in the bighorn. It's a very popular style, this fly. This is just my take on that fly, so it's not really my pattern, but it's tied with the ostrich herring. I use the copper wire and the underbody and pink thread, and the grayling do like it, so it's a great fly. That colour, you can't go far wrong. So great pattern to fish with. And again, both rivers and lochs, though it was originally tied for the river, though you do get sow bug, or you get the hog louse type pattern, as I would call it, in the lochs as much as you do in the river. So we'll draw a number for these, and the number is 284. Now yeah, this is the mustard green drake. This is the fly the other one, the quarter version, came off of. So this was again a request. Now it is a pattern I'd never really seen before, and because the green drake version, though these were very good for caddis as much as they are for say a mayfly pattern. So it's an unusual fly, but the number of people that comment on the fly, really, they do recognise it, and it is a popular pattern. Came from America. So anyway, we'll do a number for these, and the number is 349. Now we've got another one here. This is again, this is a Hendrickson. This is the Dun. It's just a CDC Dun version that I did. It's a pattern of the style that I like. A wee bit squashed in there, but once you give them a cast, they'll open out. They'll be fine. Nice pattern, good colour combination, and good materials where you really can't go far wrong. So we'll do a number for these, and the number is 117. 117. Now we're going to, this is a jig head pattern, this one. This is basically, I called it a winter bug. It's a good colour combination, again, good materials, quill body, bit of UV in it, which you can't go far wrong with. I've had many a fish on this colour combination and materials. So it's a good pattern, I say, to have in your box, both for brown trout, rainbows, and especially grayling. A good pattern. So we'll draw for these, and the number is number 58. Now we're going to, this is the red palmer. I always get asked, is the soldier palmer should have a tail. But when I tie a red palmer, or I'd call it a red palmer, they say it's a soldier palmer. There is some like a tail, it's a preference towards whether you like a tail or not. And this is a partridge hackle version that I tied. It was a really good pattern. And I originally tied it was just as a variant of the soldier palmer. Great pattern. Especially friends of mine have fished up north. Really love this fly. I liked it as well. So good in the summer months. Great fly. So we'll do a number for these. 142. 142. Now we're going to the last one in the flies. This is basically it's a salmon fly. It was a photograph I get sent. It was just basically of a wet fly. It was, I think the story behind the fly was this gentleman did extremely well with it. I took a picture of it when he was catching while it was wet, but then lost the fly, and then put the photograph on the internet somewhere. And for somehow it got to me and said, Davie, could you tie a fly? I'll try and copy it. So this is the fly I tied. There's a couple of versions in there. Obviously the one I tied and some extras. So it's a nice wee selection. They're all tied in singles. So it's a nice pattern. I certainly would fish it myself. So we'll draw the number for these. 367. So there we are. That's all the flies. Now we're going to, this is the reel. So we'll basically go into the bigger picture. It's a little bit easier to see. So what we've got, this is it's a lovely reel. This is the Edison reel. It's made in Iceland. It's a lovely reel. It's a reel that I've fished with. I mean, I used it. I've got 2 or 3 reels, and I wasn't using it, and I felt I hate things sitting. I don't like things sitting. I know I could give it away to someone locally, but I thought we used to support everybody on YouTube supports, and Facebook and Instagram support my channel, so I like to pass things on. So anyway, I thought you would like it. Now this reel suits a 3 to a 5 weight. I had a 5 weight on it. I had a Lee Wolf on it. It was lovely, great, nice. It's got a lovely drag. So it is. It's in perfect condition. I've had this reel since I think it's 2014. So I've had it a while. Like, so it says here it's in mint condition. Comes with its own wee neoprene case, so it keeps it in good condition. So as well, I've got now these are a couple of the flies, a couple of extra flies. And these are flies I actually filmed. This is the one, March Brown, and the winter bug is another. It's just a spare one I had, so I thought I'll just stick them in a card. So at least you'll have a couple of flies to go with the reel. So they're in with that. So we'll draw a number for these. So we'll draw a number. I'll just put a number up. And wrong one, but anyway, there we are. This is. So we'll generate a number for the fly reel. So number 6, the lowest number, number 6. Well done, number 6. So as I say, I'll be in contact. I'll just email you and so on, and we'll get things rolling. As I say, probably into the new year before I can get them sent. Or well into it. I think, I don't have the calendar up like, but probably about Tuesday, Wednesday before everything starts to open back up, right, and I'll get them sent. So, but anyway, there we are. As I say, I had some suggestions at the beginning. You could always get in touch with me if you've got any ideas, even for a fly box that I could put together. But any flies, as I say, if I've got the materials and I'm no problem, there's a chance I'll tie it. So, we'll keep going. And as I say, the season goes, we'll basically we'll add to the videos. We'll do the fly fishing videos. I would certainly want to do a lot more of them. I'm going to be filming right at the beginning. Hopefully we'll get a midge hatch. You'll be able to see them, and then onto the duns starting to come in, the March Browns. Hopefully we'll see a few March Browns and so on, and then see how the season develops. So anyway, have a happy new year, have a great time. I've left my glass through the kitchen, or I'd be toasting it just now, but anyway, you know I'll have a wee drink tonight, who doesn't? So happy new year again, as I say, and thanks again for all your support, and until next year.